Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always. My co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Mr. Zack Partridge. What up, dog? What up, Rod Payne, for turning in early? What up? Dude, if you guys haven't checked, go look at our social media. Damage Plan MMA podcast rash guards. Pre-sales now available till March 1st, which is Tuesday?
Yep.
Tuesday.
USA theme.
USA flag theme.
And so we're doing the pre-sale, and then we're going to order some extras. But once they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone.
So if you like it, don't wait, because they'll be gone. Gone forever.
Shout out to Kel for a sick design with Black Label.
Yeah, dude.
It turned out really good.
Well, people wonder, like, just so people know, like, it's nothing special. Like those shorts that I get and then I hook people up with.
Yeah.
They're all done by Kel. So if you want some custom shorts or whatever, he can literally do anything. Hit Kel up.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's very good at that stuff.
Awesome.
Good price, fair price, good quality. I'm happy all the way around every time.
I dig it. We got some fights tomorrow afternoon. We have fights
right now. So
right
when
now.
we keep peeking, it's because Bellator's on the TV.
Yeah.
Right there.
So if we start screaming because somebody gets knocked out, you guys will know why. Dude, so we got to talk about the Jon Jones situation. How cringy was that for you to watch that video of him?
Oh my gosh. That dude needs help. Like help. When he headbutted the car, I was like, so here's the thing. I have been very critical of Jon. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
Don't think he's the GOAT. I mean, he's great in the cage. It's undeniable. But like, I called him a mental midget on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
But humanistically and man to man, I saw that. I didn't find any humor in it.
No.
I didn't find any satisfaction in it. When he tweeted and said that his fiance has officially left him for good, all my haters have a toast. On a human level I just felt bad for him. Like I just feel bad for him.
I hate that. You know, when I was in the Marine Corps, when I went to boot camp, your senior drill instructor comes in when you first get there and he sits you down. He says, "Hey,"
Rod says, "Don't feel bad for him,"
which I get. I understand that.
Teach their own.
But I feel that with the news outlets, you're only seeing part of the situation. You're not seeing the whole situation.
Never.
Whether you agree with what he did or not, which I don't. If he's hitting women, I do not condone that or agree with that
in any way, shape, or form.
But I also don't agree with that. It just being blasted out there and everybody piling on him because the guy, he needs help.
But he's done it to himself.
That's true too.
So here's the other thing. Okay, and we're going to get into the LeBron James effect, right?
The LeBron James effect.
People are talking about LeBron. Right? This guy got the chosen one tattooed on his chest or his back at like 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his ego is just this big coming into the league. And everybody hates on him and this and that. And Jon kind of falls into this too with how young he was.
Yeah.
What would you have been like if somebody signed over a check for you for, if Nike, you got to remember, this is LeBron James. If at 18 years old, right out of high school, somebody gives you a 10-year, $80 million deal from Nike, do you think you're going to keep a level head at 18 years old?
No.
Nobody does.
No.
That's one of the biggest problems and the flaws of sports. It's capitalism, right? You can't say that, well, you can't give him that because he's going to become an irresponsible little, piece of crap. But more often than not, these superstars, it's the Hollywood effect too, kid actors and actresses. Same with Jon. He got superstardom in the MMA world, sponsored by Nike and this and that, so young. Like, on a human, you can say I would never be like that all you want, and we would all like to think we wouldn't be like that. But you give somebody millions of dollars in their early 20s
and basically give him whatever he wants,
free reign,
whatever he wanted. He got to bring his friends on the team plane.
Guess what? Yeah, your personal life's probably gonna turn into a little bit of a wreck too.
We're frozen.
Are we?
Yeah, the reception's really bad.
Oh man.
Sorry, I got to change our reception again.
But you know what I mean? Like when Yeah, so Rod said it perfectly. He wasn't mentally ready.
Hang on 2 seconds. We're switching our connection here.
Do. Oh, the other one. See, the other one's not up.
Oh, maybe not. Why is our Wi-Fi so crappy up here?
It just always is, dude.
Hey, I got mine fixed.
Sharice
spent hours on the phone with Comcast trying to get our stuff fixed.
We're a lot better now. But I think that from on a humanistic, and I don't know, maybe it's all the stuff in Ukraine right now. From a very human level, you just start. I'm more in a little bit of an empathetic state of mind, and compassion. But I look at that, and you just have to be a little bit honest with yourself. I'm not saying anybody, but people that are piling on Jon Jones. What would you look like if basically the world was at your fingertips, giving you millions of dollars in your early 20s, being talked about how you have the potential to be the greatest of all time, and this and that? I think more people than can admit to themselves, but I'm being honest with myself. I don't think that is a recipe for long-term happiness and success.
No, I don't think so either. I agree. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch that video.
So I can honestly say we've said it before, I don't think we see Jon Jones again.
I really don't think so. Even though he keeps talking about still fighting a heavyweight.
It could.
Even in the tweet, I think it was right after that tweet. He tweeted that something about I'm going to be the heavyweight champion. It's like he's got a lot of stuff going on. Maybe we'll see him in bare knuckle.
You're the worst. Yeah. So I feel for him. Like I on a human level, I do.
Yeah.
He did it to himself. He doesn't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. It's won too many times, but it's like, man, you had it, you're never getting it back.
No.
It's like Michael Vick, right? Once it went down, like he kind of came back, but he was never really back.
Yeah.
He's never the same.
Nope.
But now he does a lot of good.
Yeah.
He goes to prisons, talks to them.
That's good. Well, hopefully Jon Jones can turn that corner. What are your thoughts on the Jorge and Colby Covington? Did you see their interview they did with Stephen A. Smith? Are you buying it?
It's so fascinating.
Do you buy into the conspiracy theorists that are saying that because they've talked about it in the past about them headlining a pay-per-view and just making all this money? Could they be in cahoots behind the scenes and like, hey, we're going to pump this up?
I think there's a chance. I really like.
I'm 50-50
because
part of me is like Jorge wouldn't do that because of who he is. But then that's why I'm 50-50. I could see both sides.
He's like, no, this is a business thing, and I'm just gonna do it. And like that's the thing. Like we all know Colby is very comfortable being the bad guy, anyways.
Yeah. And
Jorge could just be Jorge. He's doing it for American Top Team.
But they're throwing some personal jabs, like
oh yeah,
Colby and some dad.
But man, that's right out of Vince McMahon's playbook.
It is.
Vince McMahon, like when you write in those stories, like man, remember when like Lita left Matt Hardy in WWE? Lita left Matt Hardy for Edge.
Yeah,
dude, they broke up in real life. Dude, that was real. And then they went and took it on the script.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was kind of like the Randy Macho Man Savage Elizabeth
thing
back in the day.
Dude, that's WWE storytelling 101. You have to bring the personal into it.
Yeah. And
behind the stage, you know the truth, and it might get heated, but out there, it's like, yeah, we're gonna get a little personal.
I definitely see I could definitely see Colby doing it because Colby's already. He said it before, even after the last Usman fight, he came up to me and they're whispering, and he's like, dude, I'm just trying to sell tickets. Like, no hard feelings, blah, blah, blah. I'm having a hard time thinking Jorge, just because of his upbringing. It's like, it's kind of like the Khabib thing. There's just certain lines you just don't cross with certain
But
people.
even Jorge, like in the upbringing, like he's in the business of making money.
Yes.
That's where I can see he can do it.
Yeah.
That's why I think he's capable of doing it.
With like Khabib, it's like, okay, Khabib grew up a certain way, right? Like he's not falling.
Money doesn't matter to Khabib.
Money doesn't matter to Khabib.
But Jorge, money.
Lord, yeah.
That's security for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm still trying to pick a side on who I want to win. I was always on Colby's side, but part of me's like, dude, Jorge can give him fits for a round or two. I just think the pace might be too much.
See, I think Jorge can be ready for the pace.
If it stays standing. How long can Jorge keep it standing?
Longer than most think. Jorge did a pretty damn good job keeping it standing in the first fight against Usman.
Yeah, he did a really good job on short notice too. I think the later rounds are what's going to determine that fight, but we can break that down at another time.
Which would be interesting because Colby has had so much success in the Usman fights in the later rounds.
He did, but the more I keep watching this, and I talked about this on here before, it's almost like he's not mentally there those first couple rounds. You know, he gets hit with the jab and he's kind of laughing like, ha, ha, ha. Or he hits Usman, he laughs, I got you. And then he gets hit with, a two punch combination. It's like, dude, you're not even focused here. Then once he gets his butt kicked for 2 or 3 rounds, then he's like, okay, I probably should start firing back. Yeah, because the 4th and 5th rounds of those last 2 fights would have been arguably, you could have given them to Covington, I think.
Oh, no, I think for sure.
We have UFC Vegas 49 tomorrow. We have Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green, which we'll break that down in a minute. We lost a couple fights on there. We just lost Jin Frey and Hanny Goldie. The battle of the physiques.
No.
The battle of the physiques. Really bummed about Darush not being in the main event.
Dude, that's a giant bummer.
That is a giant bummer because that fight would have been. Yeah, let's just break this fight. Let's just break this card down real quick.
Okay.
Okie dokie. All right, first up in the flyweight division, we have Victor Alto Morano versus Carlos Hernandez. Alto Morano is 10-1, stands 5'8" with a 70.5-inch reach. Hernandez, he is 7-1. He stands 5'8" with a 67-inch reach. Pretty much a coin flip. Hernandez is a slight favorite at -140. The comeback is +120 for Alto Morano. And if I remember right, both of these guys are coming off of Contender Series wins, split decisions for both guys on their Contender Series wins.
Yep.
Flip a coin. How do you see this fight going?
Well, so when it's this close, I will take the guy that has 3 wins in LFA.
I like the LFA. We always like the LFA guys.
Victor Alto Morano, I think he's good. He is the slight underdog, but I think that it's a coin flip. I'll take the plus money. Victor Alto Morano.
I like it. Next up I'm going to go with Alto Morano as well. Coin flip fights, I'll always take the odds. I'm not going to bet it because I just don't know enough about either one of these guys.
Yeah.
Next up in the welterweight division, Brahimaj against Michael Gilmore. Ramiz is 9-4. He stands 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. Gilmore 6-4. He stands 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. Brahimaj is a pretty big favorite, -360, and the comeback is +280 for our Contender Series vet, Michael Gilmore.
Excuse me, I keep yawning.
Wake up,
baby, sick baby at home.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the wife. Hillary's the real MVP. She stays up with him all night.
Taking care of Bubba J.
Ramiz Brahimaj.
Oh, hey. You like that, Joel?
Are you Papa J?
Papa J. That's my new name now at the gym. Papa J. It was Grandpa J for a while, but I'm not quite Grandpa status yet, so it's Papa J now.
Your beard's great enough. You can be Grandpa.
Papa J. But I don't have any grandkids yet.
That you know of. Brahimaj by murder. How about that?
Yeah, I don't see this fight.
Michael Gilmore. No, this is not. This is not good. This is not good for him.
Brahimaj had a tough fight his last fight too. He fought our boy Court McGee, and Court McGee just pretty much grinded him for 3 rounds.
Yep.
Next up in the featherweight division, we have Alejandro Perez against Jonathan Martinez. Perez is 22-8-1, stands 5'6" with a 67-inch reach. Martinez 14-4. He stands 5'8" with a 69.5-inch reach. Martinez is your minus 260 favorite. Comeback is plus 210 for Turbo Perez.
I think Perez is a little bit of a live dog in this one, but not enough to bet it. And I think Martinez wins, but I think the odds are a little skewed. You get that vibe too?
I get that vibe too. I really do.
So yeah, I'm going with Martinez though.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than the odds are indicating.
I agree.
All right, next up. Ooh, this fight's going to be good in the lightweight division. Terrence T-Rex McKinney against Faris Zaim. McKinney is 11-3, stands 5'10" with a 74-inch reach. Zaim 12-3. He stands 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. This is a great matchup at lightweight. Great fight. T-Rex, last 4 fights have all been wins by KO.
Yeah, I'm on McKinney just because I think he's riding a wave of momentum right now. And I mean, when you make your UFC debut and knock somebody like Frivola out in 7 seconds, like the first one, like everybody knows the story, everybody's cheering for him. Like Zaim's good, like he has a couple really good wins. But I think there's something about McKinney. I'm just riding his wave of confidence. He's got something good going on right now. And as a live underdog, I really like Terrence McKinney in this spot.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I like on these coin flip fights, I'll always take the plus money. And I think this is a coin flip fight. I think it could go either way.
Even though I like Zaim has a win over JB Malarkey.
He's got some good wins.
Luigi, who patted the batty.
I like McKinney. If McKinney can use his wrestling, I think that could be the deciding factor in this fight. If he can,
what about if he just knocks him out?
Could just knock him out too, because he's definitely heavy.
Oh, look, there's Conor in the background jumping up and down.
Conor McGregor looks like he's about 210 pounds right now. He's jacked.
You know what you know what he's loaded up for, right?
What?
That Nate Diaz fight at 170.
170? I don't. Yeah.
It's either that or he wants Usman. I mean, he's not going to get it, but that's what he's preparing his body for. Does that guy look like he's making an entrance back down to 155 to you?
No way.
He's loading up for 170.
He's loading up for 170.
Him and Jorge?
Someone got offended one morning when I was beating him on sprints. Come on, Joel.
Jason talks so much smack about how he always beats you in sprints.
Joel doesn't even run sprints. He's not even running sprints.
Yeah, I bet you would if he put a Rancheritos burrito line at the end of it.
He didn't eat it.
He called you out.
He called you out. I told him that you were going to go and he didn't go. Hey, man. Joel has been putting in work at the Phoenix PI in the mornings.
Joel, after our fights, we can go get burritos together, dog.
No, but we got him opponent for April 30th. You found him a guy. Locked in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. Next up in the featherweight division, we got Josanne Nunez against Ramona Pascal. Nunez is 8-1. She stands 5'2" with a 67-inch reach. Pascal is 6-2. She stands 5'7" with a 66-inch reach. Nunez is a minus 220 favorite, and the comeback is plus 180 for Pascal.
So that's cool. But Ramona also, like, okay, how do I say this in the nicest way possible? Fighters from China, Hong Kong area have not been doing well in the UFC.
No.
She is on a nice little win streak, though, from Invicta.
She's training down a syndicate, it looks like, too, according to Tapology.
But I just remember Josanne Nunez beating the brakes off Bay Malecki in her last fight.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought Malecki should have just easily picked her apart and used her reach. But I'm going to go Nunez on this one.
The burrito.
I told you that in confidence.
Hey, I'm just pumping you up and telling them how committed you are, Joel.
Joel, it's nothing but love.
Nothing but love.
Phillips.
He's all in, man. All in.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, I'm going Nunez on this one. I don't know too much about Ramona. I know she's on a nice little 4-fight win streak, I believe. But, yeah.
Give me the experience. I'll take Nunez.
Yeah.
Next up in the lightweight division, we have Ignacio Bahamondes against Zhu Rong. Bahamondes is 12-4, stands 6'3" with a 75.5-inch reach. Rong is 19-4. He stands 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. So a little bit of height and reach advantage for Bahamondes. Coming off that wheel kick KO of Roosevelt Roberts.
Yeah.
Rong had if you watched the weigh-ins this morning, it looked like he had a super tough weight cut. In fact, he weighed in at 160, and he did not look good. I'm surprised this fight's still happening.
I like Bahamondes. I liked it before the weigh-ins, and then when I saw the weigh-ins, you told me about the weigh-ins, it kind of reaffirmed it for me.
I don't know what happened, but if you're 21 years old, you should not be missing. And you're in the UFC. This isn't his first fight. What is this? His second or third fight?
Yeah.
This is his third fight, right?
Yeah.
And you're missing weight by 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I'm all in on Rong.
No.
I mean, not Rong. Bahamondes.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Rong. I don't like Rong.
Oh, here we go.
RoboCop. Gregory Rodriguez against Armond Petrosyan. Rodriguez, RoboCop is 11-3, stands 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. Armand is 6-1. He stands 6'2" with a 71-inch reach. Favorite is RoboCop is -165. The comeback is +140 for Armand.
This is a really good fight.
It's a great fight.
This is going to be tough.
I mean, for me,
Petrosyan is Russian.
Yeah.
Like, I know we both want to take RoboCop kind of, but I kind of like the underdog on this one.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
I mean, this is going to be a close fight. This might be the closest fight of the night, but
you're gonna take the dog.
Yeah, I am.
Rodriguez is tough.
Rodriguez is really, really tough, and has more experience.
That fight he had with Jordan Williams on the Contender Series was crazy. They were going back and forth. Yeah.
But he's done nothing but win since then in LFA and in the UFC.
I know. I'm gonna have to go with Rodriguez, man. I hate.
Okay, I'm going with the Russian though.
I'm definitely not putting any money on it. I mean, if this guy can come in and get a win against Rodriguez, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at his record. His biggest win is a 10-0 guy on Contender Series. He fought an 0-0 guy before that. He's fought a 4-1 guy, a 2-3 guy, and an 0-1 guy. I mean, I know that doesn't mean anything. He's from Russia, but I'm going to take the experience.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Russian on this one.
Okay. I don't hate it. I'm not betting it.
No.
All right. My fight of the night.
Absolutely.
Should be the main event, in my opinion. Armond Sharokin against Joel Alvarez. Sharokin is 17-2, stands 5'7" with a 72.5-inch reach. Alvarez, 19-2. He stands 6'3" with a 77-inch reach advantage. Buckle your seatbelts for this one, I think. Sharokin is a -220 favorite. The comeback is +180 for Alvarez. Man, that 155 division is just sick. Nasty.
Well, do you know what the scariest thing is? Like, I feel like people don't really know who these two are.
They don't. They might know who Sharokin is because he's been on people's list as like one of the top up-and-coming guys. Like, he's number one on a lot of people's list as like the next guy at 155.
The prospect.
But Joe Alvarez is on that same list too.
And as we've talked about this fight, because we've both been really excited for this fight, as we've talked about it, you're like, who's 6'3" at 155? Who has that type of a body?
That's crazy.
Dan Hooker?
Yeah. I mean, how would you like to be in the 155 division right now?
I wouldn't.
Like, look at the bottom of that division. Brad Riddell, Sharokin, Gamrot, Fiziev, Gillespie. Like, these are all the guys that are like 12 through 15.
And they can't even get they're not even cracking into the top 5.
They're not even
yet.
in the top 10. Yeah. I mean,
And then, this,
And then you get in the top 5 and you got Oliveira, Gaethje, Poirier, DeRouche, Makhachev. Like, this is like a murderer's row. If you're a 155er, what do? Move to Russia and train for a couple years and then come back to the U.S.?
that's what I told Cole Fast to do. Told Cole Fast, you need to fight a training room with a bunch of Russians, dude.
Campbell soup in the house, Cody. Chicken noodle Campbell soup. Inside joke. Oh, man. So who do you like in this? Sharokin or Alvarez?
So you sent me really nice breakdowns on both of these throughout the week, and I know where you're leaning.
I mean, both guys lose to killers. Almost 3 years ago, Alvarez loses to Damir Ismagulov, and Sharokin goes to decision with Makhachev.
It gave Makhachev fits.
Gave him fits. Like, he's legit. They're both legit, and Sharukin's only 25 years old, and Alvarez is only 28 years old.
I'd rather them not fighting right now. How about that? Okay. I think I'm going to surprise you.
Are you? Where are you going with this? What are you liking?
So here's the thing. There's things to this fight that I look at it and I'm like, okay. And one of them is Alvarez is very sexy and very appealing. His submissions and everything is elite. At 6'3", he has 0%. Has never tried a takedown in the UFC.
Yeah.
And he has 0% takedown defense in the UFC. Why? Because he doesn't care. He is more than happy to fight off of his back.
Yeah.
And catch you in submissions. And 99% of the time, that is a bad strategy. But when you have his body style and it's like, I'm going to go, I think it's an interesting fight. Oh, the other thing with Alvarez, too, is he gets hit a lot. He actually has horrible form on his striking, his defensive striking.
Yes.
He leaves himself open to be countered constantly.
And Sharokin
can crack.
His combinations are legit.
I'm not overthinking this one. I'm going Sharokin. I think he wins a decision. But I think it's a super entertaining fight. There will be moments where we think Sharokin's about to win. There will be moments where Alvarez might finish the submission. I think these two are both too good. And if one of them in this fight gets a finish, it's going to be a big win.
I'm going to pick Alvarez only because I just like the plus money, and I'm gonna pick with Alvarez. It's a coin flip fight to me.
I don't think it's a coin
flip. I shouldn't say that. I think Sharokin is the better fighter. I think he's the more complete fighter.
But Alvarez has a chance.
But Alvarez has a chance in that plus 180. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on it. That's
of course you are.
Contract signed today. Kai, who are you fighting? When are you fighting, Kai?
If it's not Brandon Lambert, I don't care.
It's not.
Then I don't
He's
care.
fighting somebody else.
Then I don't care. Sorry,
he's fighting somebody else. I don't know why this fight is up here where it is. Priscilla Cachoeira against Ji Young Kim. Why is this fight even on the main card with one person coming off a 2-fight losing streak and the other one off of 1? Cachoeira is 10-4. Zombie girl. That's like the perfect nickname for her. She's 10-4, stands 5'7" with a 65-inch reach. Young Kim,
go ahead.
9-4-2. She stands 5'7" with a 72-inch reach.
So I don't like this Priscilla girl. Remember, she was the one that tried to eye gouge Jillian Roberts' eyes.
Yes, I remember that.
So just off principle alone, I'm going with the Korean, Ji Young Kim. What are the odds? I don't even know.
Young Kim is favored. She is a minus 165.
Cool. That's what I'm picking.
Plus 140.
Don't know anything about either of them really, other than Priscilla's a dirty fighter on the ground. She'll jab.
Surprises me.
She'll jab her thumb into your eyeball.
A shot back. It's not against Brandon. He proved to us he's all a cat.
No, that's pussy. I'll say it. He is.
Yay.
He's just a talking wiener, dude.
I wanted to have him come on the podcast.
The problem is Kai would be roasting him, and as the host, I would roast him too because I think he's a giant wiener.
Oh, I'll pick him on this one too. I'm not a fan of Cachoeiro either.
You mean her?
Yeah. Co-main event in the middleweight division: Misha Kirkunov against Wellington Turman. Cirkunov is 15-7, stands 6'3" with a 77-inch reach, and Turman is 17-5. He stands 6 foot tall with a 72-inch reach. Pretty much coin flip. Cirkunov is a slight favorite, but it's pretty much a coin flip.
Okay. So I actually feel like I have a really, really – I feel like this is the most value on a line on the whole card.
Woo! Who you like?
I think Kirkunov is hands down better than Turman. Let me just read you off some things on this. Sam Alvey's had a rough one.
Yes.
He won that fight, split decision.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Lost to Bruno Silva, lost to Andrew Sanchez, beat Marcus Perez. What do we know about Marcus Perez? He's no longer in the UFC, right? Lost to Carl Robertson. That is his UFC career. His 2 wins, he's 2-3, and his 2 wins are against Marcus Perez, who's no longer there, and a split decision against Sam Alvey that a lot of people thought, including me, that Sam Alvey actually won that fight.
Yeah.
I'm not big on Wellington Turman at all. Misha, right, used to be a big 205er, looks huge at 185.
Looks jacked.
Right?
Yeah.
He looks great. Lost to Jotko in a split decision. Great fight.
That was a great fight.
Very close, great fight. And Jotko is legit.
I think
right?
we both picked Circle.
I think I picked Jotko. I think I picked Jotko on that. But it was a great close fight, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Spann, not a bad loss. Beat Jimmy Crute. Lost to Johnny Walker. Okay, that's when Johnny Walker was doing a bunch of wild stuff. And then beat Patrick Cummins, lost to Teixeira. By the way, that guy's the champ now. That was on the run of, and then lost to Volkan Ozdemir, who's still a top 10 guy. And then he still has good UFC wins. He was on a 4-fight UFC winning streak before that. I think the fact that we're getting Misha at minus 120 here is a gift.
Hammer it.
I'll be hammering it.
I'm with you. I will follow you on that one as well, my friend.
I just think I can't even get over how much of a. I think Misha should be at least minus 200, if not more.
It's surprising that it's that close of odds.
So
I'll jump on it. I'm in. All right, main event time. Islam Makhachev against Bobby Green. Islam is 21-1, stands 5'10" with a 70.5-inch reach. Bobby King Green, 29-12-1. He stands 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. These guys are pretty close in height and reach. I pretty much already made my pick earlier this week. I wanted to give Bobby King a shot.
We tried.
I really did.
We both.
I really did.
Tried.
But after watching a couple of Bobby Green's fights, he's good. He can strike, but he's not Islam good. He's not beating Islam. He's not beating Islam.
So here, and this is very real, and it sucks,
Green
right?
all day. Save your money, Fiji. Save your money.
No, Fiji.
Stop it, Fiji.
Everybody wants Bobby Green to win,
Bro.
Right? Because the story would be great, right? Russia's starting World War III, basically. Everybody wants the American. Bobby Green, short notice, gangster, likes to talk smack. He's going to talk smack. Here's my prediction. Bobby Green isn't saying anything halfway through the first round.
No. I was listening to the interview the Islam did with DC and RC, and they said, hey, Bobby Green has really good wrestling. And he's like, who said that? Who told you that? I'm sorry.
Dude, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
We all want it to happen, including me. Me and Jason will be tuned in.
I would love it.
Cheering for Bobby Green.
I'd love to see him.
This you want to, okay, so this is how good, right? So Dustin Poirier is one of the top 3 155ers in the world, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We can all
agree with
consensus agree.
Yep.
Okay.
Justin Gaethje.
Then Poirier goes a 5-round war with Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
Can't get him out of there.
Yep.
Right? One of the best fights I've ever seen.
Awesome fight.
Then Hooker signs up to welcome Michael Chandler into the UFC, and everybody thinks that, if you remember, even me, until the day of, I switched and picked Michael Chandler, but it was because everybody thought that Hooker was going to beat Chandler.
Yep.
And Chandler knocks him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then fights for the title. So those are the guys that Hooker's fighting on the feet. Then Hooker fights Islam, signs up, and he's like, I'll fight Islam.
Yeah.
Islam beats him. So after going toe-to-toe with Poirier, he's fine.
Yep.
Getting knocked out by Chandler, he's fine. Then Islam beats him so easily and decisively, he decides, I'm never getting to the top of 155, and drops back down to 145.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing Dan Hooker at 145 again. Islam beat him so easily, he made Dan Hooker leave the weight class because he realized, I'll never beat that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not. And Bobby Green's not beating that guy.
Bobby Green has some great wins. But you know what? He's also gotten his hind end kicked a few times in the 155 division too. By people like Thiago Moises.
And
right? What do you think Islam does to Moises on the ground?
He submitted it.
Like, I mean, I know MMA math doesn't always work, but it's there. I mean, he's hoping for a lucky puncher's chance. That's what he's hoping for. And you know what? Props to Bobby Green, because I'll bet you he got a nice big fat payday to take this fight.
I'm sure he did.
Good for him. Good for him.
I'm usually one that if the odds are that far off, it's like I could sprinkle a little bit on the underdog, but it just seems like a losing. I just don't.
Islam by submission is about even money. That's the value.
I do like that.
That's the value on this fight.
I do like that. I like
Islam
that
Islam by submission is even money. That is, if you are going to bet this fight, it's you make a nice, safe, comfortable bet there, and then maybe as a hedge, you put
Bobby by
KO just in case. But
what's that? Let's see what that is.
It's probably like plus 2,000.
I thought it was plus 1,200. Fight goes the distance. I don't think it's going to the distance.
I don't think he gets out of the second round.
I don't think so either. I think it's over with by the third. Green wins by KO TKO is plus 1,200.
Okay.
Islam by TKO KO is plus 250. Green by submission is plus 3,500.
That's not happening.
Makhachev wins by submission is minus 110. Vegas is saying either Makhachev slaps a submission or he ground and pounds him.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's
one of those exactly what's going to happen.
One of those two things are going to happen,
and it's going to stop the fight. It's not. Is this still a 5-round fight? Did Bobby Green sign up for a 5-round fight?
I think so. Where's it at here? Yep, 5 rounds.
Yeah, this does.
It's not going 5.
No.
I might even throw fight ends in round 3. Late round 2, round 3.
I think 1 or 2.
Green by submission. Stop it, Fiji. Stop it.
We know Fiji just likes to throw. Apparently, Fiji's rich all of a sudden. He has the money just to throw away.
I can give you my Venmo.
Lighting it on fire.
I can give you my Venmo. You can just Venmo.
That's it,
me the
Fiji.
money.
I'm telling your wife. We all know.
We know who wears the pants. So we're on Makhachev.
Yeah, dude, I'm cheering. I am cheering for Bobby Green. I would love to say, hey, Bobby Green's going to come out and he's going to put together a nice combo, rock him, and put him away. It's not happening, dog.
So Makhachev gets title shot, right? After he gets the winner of Gaethje Oliveira.
Yeah.
I saw somebody saying he's going to have to get another win, which I don't.
Who said that?
People were talking about it on the Twitter.
Well, people on Twitter are stupid.
I mean, he's won. What has he got? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 9 wins in a row. This will be 10 wins in a row in the UFC. You cannot. There's not an argument one, there's not an argument because of the 9 wins. 2, everybody in that top 10 got that phone call when Darush had to pull out.
Time out. No. See, this is what bugs me the most. Not just everybody in that top 10, the other grapplers and wrestlers that claim to be the better grapplers and wrestlers. Gregor Gillespie says, Tony Ferguson, Gregor Gillespie, those guys that are like, it's wrestling season, let's go. And they're like, oh, that. No.
They got the call. They all got the call.
They probably didn't do it to Tony. They probably didn't even offer it to Tony.
You don't think so?
Nah, it doesn't do him any good.
RDA, Islam mentioned RDA, and RDA said no.
They probably don't want to lose the Conan off of the physique fight.
Okay, I can understand that. Chandler?
That one surprised me, but dude,
he might have not wanted to.
So I just rewatched last night the Chandler Gaethje fight.
Yeah,
me and Hunter watched it, and you remember Chandler broke his hand in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be. He might have been like out for a couple of months with hand surgery on that.
But you got Gillespie, Gamrot, Riddell. There's other guys.
See, like somebody like Gamrot or Riddell. Riddell's oh man.
Whatever. Yeah, but he just coming off a loss though, isn't he? Did he?
Yeah, they had that war.
Yeah. The 155 division is by far my favorite division. Stacked top to bottom.
It's not even top to bottom. It's like top to even the rank. You get they could rank that division 1 through 30, and it's killers. That division's 50 deep of just killers.
Dude, if I'm a 155er right now in the UFC, I'm either eating a ton of food to get to 170 or I'm cutting weight
that's why
to 145.
That's why Conor looks like he's on the high octane.
Yeah.
No, so here's another really interesting thing. Remember when Tony Ferguson, people talked about his streak, like this and that or whatever? Dude,
oh man.
Can we end today with Jason and Zack arm wrestling contest?
Losing. No.
Why? You'd win. I think you'd win in an arm wrestling contest.
My arms are weak.
I think you'd win.
I don't want to put money on Bobby Green if I lose.
Neither of us.
It's not worth it.
No, but seriously, you start looking at that division and how stacked and how deep it is.
Yeah.
And Tony Ferguson, what did he win? 11 or 13 fights in a row? That's insane.
It's crazy.
No wonder why he wasn't at his peak by the time he finally got to the top.
Yeah.
That's insane, the damage that he took. Now you have Makhachev, who's, you could say he's even had a better run than Khabib had.
He's been pretty dominant.
Khabib didn't become a violent finisher till he got to the top.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It feels like Makhachev figured it out before he's even getting to the top.
I'm so excited about Oliveira and Gaethje, but I want to see Oliveira and Makhachev so bad. I'm not saying I want Gaethje to lose, or I'm not picking Oliveira right now. Well, I am picking Oliveira because I'm riding that train. But I would be more excited about Islam Oliveira than Islam and Gaethje.
We've already seen Islam and Gaethje pretty much.
Yeah. But that intrigues me. Islam Oliveira.
What was interesting is Islam said, he goes, Oliveira, he goes, I know I can take him down. His wrestling isn't anything. He goes,
yeah.
But he's a very, very elite grappler, and that's where it would be interesting is my wrestling versus his jiu-jitsu.
I want to see it.
I think Oliveira gets smashed.
I want to see it. He's at the top of the game right now.
Yeah, I want to see
if he gets through Gaethje, I mean, man.
What if Oliveira beats Islam?
Are we stamping? I mean,
back comes the eagle.
You think so? No, dude. He's like 210 pounds.
Back comes the eagle.
You see how big he is right now?
He's on the DC diet.
Did you see that him and St. Pierre might do a grappling match?
GSP already said no, thank you.
Oh, he said no?
Yep.
No way.
He said it doesn't interest him. He said, I'm done. I'm past that time in life.
I think a little friendly. You don't think, have they ever trained together? You don't think they've ever ran into each other and trained together? I would like to see that.
I think there's enough of a healthy respect for the two. I think it'd be fun, but here's the thing. You know what GSP and Khabib still have?
What's that?
The what ifs. people still talk about him with the what ifs. And if they don't give it to people, people will always talk about what if.
Did you listen to the? Oh yeah, I agree, Fiji. If he beats Gaethje and Islam, I'm gonna have.
Well, it becomes for me it becomes the title defense thing, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever defended the 155 title. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever defended the 155 title more than 3 times successfully. Nobody, and that's when Khabib retired. He got to 3 and retired.
What's it Oliver at right now? 2, or is he at
He's
3?
defended it once.
He's defended it once.
His first defense. No. He beat Oliveira, beat Poirier. Oliveira beat Chandler to win it, and then defended against Poirier. Yeah, that's it. He's at 1.
So he's at 1.
So if he beats Gaethje, that's 2. I think that's a big if still. I think Gaethje's a hard matchup for Oliveira. Because of how dense and how physical. Like I think that's a hard fight for him. But I mean, after watching what he did to Poirier, it makes me go, okay. Like
that's
it's undeniable, right? Okay, he's obviously great. But the third one is if he beats Islam, then you start going, well then who beats him? Yeah, he beats Islam. He is going to put himself in the opportunity to be the greatest 155 champion of all time.
Yeah.
Nothing friendly about when Khabib competes against you. And
looking at Bellator, what do you know? The Russian guys
just
smashing the Saints. This is Magomed Sharp.
That's what we should have done. We should just bet
all the Russians. Just bet all the Russians, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good fights coming up. Mousasi and Vanderford, who you got? Paige Van Zandt's husband? No, he doesn't have a chance against Mousasi.
No.
What if it goes to the ground? Is he giving up too much size?
Dude, good luck getting Gegard to the ground. Good luck.
What's Vanderford's step going up in weight, right?
Yeah, he's normally a welterweight going up to 185.
What's the? Oh man, why is he taking
this freaking Russian guy is just smashing him.
Smash.
It's like, oh, you're gonna use the cage to get up here? Let me just turn you away from the cage. Nope. Look at him. He's got his toes in the cage, using that as leverage. That's brutal.
Man. All right.
That's brutal.
Well,
poor guy.
I think that's it for the day. Yeah, we done? We good? All good in the hood? DraftKings? Are you going to do your DraftKings on your Patreon?
Yeah. So we put a lot of time into these picks and our official picks.
Yeah.
And for those that follow and follow me on didn't know Mr. Van Zandt.
Yeah, soon. It's coming soon.
Yeah. Like we've been doing really good this year, and we've learned some things, and we've had a very good year betting on MMA.
Yes.
So if you would like to join the fun on that, just message me or Jason, and we're going to start doing official picks on a Patreon account and my DraftKings lineup. And I have a DraftKings lineup that I'm looking at right now for this weekend. And I do have to say, I really like it. And I think Jason will too. So, yeah, come say hi.
Go on our social media, either one of us. Damage Plan MMA Podcast, Rash Guards, pre-sale available until the 1st, which is Tuesday. Get your pre-sales in. Limited edition.
Once they're out, they're out.
Because we're not running anymore after this.
Nope.
Sweet design, too. Sweet. American flag themed. Oh, I love it. I'm so glad I can't bet. Yeah, you're right, Fiji. You're getting in trouble. Mama's going to beat daddy. All right. We'll see you guys on Monday. Good luck. And have a great weekend. We out.